Hi, this is Self Discovery Support, and if you chose Pile A, this is what we have for you. And we are thinking about what your person is going through in their life right now. I think that if you chose this group, I don't know if you're going to be surprised about this. Maybe you know already. Maybe you are out of connection with this person. We do have the Hanged Man here. So, I feel like you could be a group or a set of people that it feels like nothing is happening, or it feels like there's no action coming from your person's side. But I think you're going to be surprised at what is going on actually. It's not bad. It's actually really good, and can only mean well for if there is going to be a future for your connection. It can only mean good things. Okay, so the other thing I want you to know is that maybe listen to the first minute or so, and you can figure out if this is an energy that seems along the track that you're thinking of with your person or the person you know. If not, then choose maybe B, or another cycle of these videos will probably be more appropriate for you. Alright, and alright, let's get started. Now, your person, I feel like your person is somebody that you haven't necessarily been in contact with them for a while. Or maybe they've just seemed withdrawn. They've seemed distracted. They're not focusing per se on the connection. This person is somebody that has a lot of things going on in their life, and I see that the major thing that they have going on for them is trying to put their own foot forward for themselves in their life. So it's somebody that I think at this time doesn't feel the space or the room to take on a connection they don't feel prepared or ready to grow it. I think that this is the type of person that when they are committed to something, they are pretty focused on it, and they probably don't want to give their energy before they're ready. It's like I feel like this is your person might believe in like all or nothing, where it's like, if I can't give my all, then I may as well not do it. So like a competitive spirit, or somebody who's pretty hard on themselves. We have a Five of Swords here, and it does what I just said about somebody who could be hard on themselves, has a big deal to play or a big role to play in your reading. Actually, we're gonna come back to it, but I think your person is someone that has suffered like a lot of just like dejected feelings in life, and it feels like I'd always say like they're rounding the corner, but no, this is someone who is actually closer to the top of the hill. They have done a lot of work to try to lift themselves out of it, and they're on the cusp of some major things that are it's like breaking cycles. This is what I'm seeing with your person, and I'm really happy to see it. In a pick a card, you always get people who are going through like the depths of things, but this is nice. This is someone who's really about to step into a big role in their life, and if you are really connected to this person, I think you can be nothing but happy for this. We have like the Threatened card. I'm using the Sacred Feminine Oracle, which is this new oracle that I think is so appropriate for looking at the journey of people in the collective. But I think your person is somebody that maybe when they were growing up, they didn't get a full sense of security in themselves. This is the root chakra card, and it's talking about being threatened. So not having a safe sense of self, maybe their childhood, maybe they moved around, maybe they had very demanding, or people who didn't really pay attention or neglected them, or actually maybe even abused them. Maybe they were critical, maybe there's like stronger abuse, but it feels like your person is someone, and with the honoring adversity as well. So these are like the hidden energies that your person has. This is someone, I don't know how aware you are of it, but this is someone who's gone through a lot, like a lot in their life. I think this has affected this person pretty much their whole life. So maybe up until the point that you met each other. Yeah, and then we have now this, it's like a lotus flower. It's like someone who's opening up, someone who's like the petals are blooming. And with the abused and the threatened, it's like this, I think this person had a little bit of problem moving forward in their life, to create security and stability. Maybe the projects that they wanted to do, the purpose that they wanted to step into, the goals that they had, maybe they had difficulties achieving all of that. And yeah, and I am using the sacred feminine, but I use it for both genders, sexes, because I do feel that these are pretty universal archetypes. So this is not specific to like a feminine energy or a masculine energy. Can be either, as we all have both of these things in us. Yeah, I feel okay. Your person just come through a lot, but with the alchemy card, they are shifting this energy big time, and I would feel like maybe being proud of that. Even if you are not in connection, and even if you're not happy with the way that things have gone with this person, I don't think you can. If you really do have like affection for this person, like true care, which I am guessing you do, because you're here listening to a tarot reading, and it's easy to give in to our like feelings, like this person did this to me. But I think that your person is one that is just on the cusp of so much greatness. I think if you met this person again, you wouldn't fully recognize who they are. I mean, of course they would look the same and all of that. Maybe they'd look different, but because we do have like Queen of Wands and some major things here. All right, so let's get into the cards. Amplifying abundance and independent. All right, so your person is trying to assert themselves. So you saw like this was someone who didn't have a kind of sense of safety within themselves. This is someone who's, maybe your person had a little bit of maybe codependent energy, and this is them trying to step into a place where they're taking care of themselves, they're focusing on their goals, and they just, yeah, and that might be why this person is out of contact for so long, because they're having to kind of push everything away to make space for themselves. Amplifying abundance. I think your person's focusing on their money, just cold hard security, because the thing is that I think your person recognizes that it feels like whoever they were attached to, or whatever situation they're in, their financial independence is a big part of that, and it feels like they're doubling down, or they have been doing that, and now they're coming into a sense of themselves. We have the Star and the Hermit. When we look at these two cards, it tells me it's two major energies, right? This is somebody that has been thinking about the things that they dream of in life. They have been reflecting like deep, and some change has occurred, because the Hermit here is like, the Hermit is giving the wisdom. So it's almost like your person has been teaching themselves, receiving guidance. We have the Magician, so it does tell me that your person has kind of tapped into an inner power. So this period of them being alone and maybe away from you has been important. As much as hard as that probably is for you, if that is the case, or if they're just withdrawn, that's what's going on. And Queen of Wands with the Five of Swords, it's somebody, look at that, this is like the transformation of, you go from someone who has a threatened energy, unstable ground and root chakra, to Queen of Wands. Your person emerges. It feels like with this Five of Swords that they're trying their best to overcome this situation. It feels like a situation where I think your person like had issues with resilience, or just feeling rejected. I don't know if this is you. If I don't know who rejected who in this situation, but it just feels like a shift in energy. They don't want to sit in this energy anymore, this one, and it almost feels like your person is saying, by the hook or the crook, I'm gonna do it. By, I don't know if people say that line in other countries, we say it here in Jamaica, but it's like however you have to do it, you're gonna do it. And so there's a real like powerhouse energy coming up with your person. Six of Pentacles, the Magician. All right, this is somebody here who I think your person has like a bigger purpose as well. Like the thing that they are involved in, whatever it is they're doing, it's going to affect other people, is what I feel with this. Your person has a kind of energy that is building. They have to almost teach themselves how to be empowered for themselves, but this is going to serve others. So it's really important this time. I mean, yeah, I can't say it enough. I want to get some advice for you. All right, hold a minute. Advice. All right, we got the Hanged Man again, so it's telling me like you need to wait a little bit. There's some patience needed for before you're able to have any kind of celebratory time in this situation. So it might be that you need to, yeah, it might be, if you are inclined to do that, if you are, maybe hold space. I wouldn't say wait. Hold space is different. It's more like, you know, you're open to, you're receptive to speaking to them, to hearing them. It doesn't mean that you're sitting waiting, pausing your life for this person. That's definitely not encouraged. But I think it's more like allow things to flow. You go on with your life. If you are to flow together again, it's something that will happen. Two of Cups here. Okay, so this is talking about the connection, the partnership. It is your wish. Okay, it comes up as something that you desire. I think it's also being clear about that. And then with the Three of Pentacles here, there's a focus here on how you're going to kind of piece the connection back together again. And so the parts that you are responsible for, and the parts that they're responsible for, without blame. And the Hangman also talks about like a new perspective as well. Yeah. So I think this is what we have for you. It seems like, I know that you may be without this person, but such good things are about to happen for them, and I think that it can only be good for you. With the Two of Cups, Nine of Cups, Three of Pentacles, it's a set of people, two people who are making it work, who realize that they are, how do I say that? The other person is their desire. Yeah, okay, I think that came up. Yeah, so there you go. This is your reading, and if you like this, let me know if that was informative for you or it gave you anything. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you here on another video. Thank you. Hi, this is self-discovery support, and if you chose B, this is going to be your reading, and we're looking at what your person is going through right now in their life. I advise that you listen to maybe the first minute and figure out if these are the energies that seem familiar to you. If not, maybe A is the one for you, and if not, maybe another cycle of pick a cards or any of the general readings might be more in alignment with you and your story. Okay, so I'm a little bit winded from group A, but this is a different energy. This is it feels like someone who is avoiding or started out by avoiding things. This is someone who, I feel that this is someone who is in a kind of response to a separation or a rejection. We have the Five of Swords here. This tells me like there's some kind of it's either this person was rejected by you, you broke up, or this person did something that could have been received as a kind of power play, like they were more interested in getting the upper hand, and that upper hand could just be like being in the relationship with you or trying to figure out something to do with your connection. But it feels like this is someone who their way of dealing with it is to step into like, I'm gonna do something to try to gain like a upper hand, gain some kind of control in this situation. So it doesn't seem like somebody who is like sitting, owning their feelings, working through something patiently. You can maybe figure out if this is you, this is your connection. Okay, so we have inviting ecstasy here, and discovering happiness is in hidden energy. So it's somebody who, I think your person is like the type of person that needs to be around people, needs to, almost like they soothe through people, through being in contact with people, but equally so they could also have this kind of difficult, strained way of relating in intimate connections. I'm not saying that your person is an awful person, like that's definitely not here, but it just seems like your person needs they are needing a little bit of help in trying to deal with what happened between the two of you. It feels like with the Seven of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles, it feels like an energy of somebody who doesn't want to necessarily sit and kind of sit and feel, and it's like avoiding being consistent is literally what I'm seeing here. Is an avoidance of just sitting with it, working through something. It's almost like, I don't know, something could have happened with the two of you where there was an opportunity to work something out, and with that Five of Swords, it feels like they decided that it probably was better to just kind of like do a sleight of hand and not do that, like not give the satisfaction. I don't know, it's very complex, and I can't imagine that somebody would do that. It's just because they're feeling hurt. This is somebody that doesn't I'm saying a lot because it's almost like I don't know what to say for this person. It's like buried feelings. They've buried their feelings so much they don't realize how it comes out in other behaviors, basically. And it could feel kind of erratic. Like, this is the type of person that they broke up with you last week, and then this next weekend you see them on social media with, like at a party, and you're thinking to yourself, how did they get over me so quickly? And you're feeling hurt. But no, that's not the case. It's someone who is definitely trying to bury those feelings, and we're seeing the consequences of this in your spread. There's something happening at the end here for your person. But let's look at the wild card. This is a shadow archetype to do with, I think this is a third eye, or is this this is a third eye chakra, I believe. Or is it the crown? It's one of these upper level ones, but it's somebody that, it's like needing attention, like that's the energy here. It's needing to like be rooted in play as a way to bury any kind of other feelings. It's almost like, and this Seven of Swords to me doesn't represent necessarily deceit. It more represents avoiding in a certain way. It's like avoiding building something with you, building something concrete, and almost like preferring to sidestep that. But I don't think they realize that also means sidestepping themselves, and then that comes out in other ways. Okay, I feel like your person it's almost somebody that is unhappy but does not realize that, and in essence it's someone who is trying to deal with the issues that happened here. We have Judgment and the Sun, and so it's like the tendency again of your person to tend to be optimistic, which is a great quality. We see someone who is, I think your person wants to get their life started again. Maybe they want to get things started again with you, and they are optimistic about this. Maybe they are trying to, I think this is someone who's probably trying to balance those energies, but they have gone through this period of maybe being a little bit more surface level, being a little bit more focused on self-satisfaction, play. It's a very like Knight of Wands type of energy for those of you that are into tarot. With a Judgment, I think your person thinks that the best way to go about like taking care of themselves, advocating for themselves, is to think on the bright side, think on the positive side, which doesn't always make a lot of room to like process your feelings. The Sun is a very optimistic card, but you do have to think about where it appears as well. And then we have the Tower and Temperance, and so it's like your person this is what I was pointing to at the end. They could be heading into a place where a big kind of shake-up is coming for them, if it hasn't already. It's almost like a big when you suppress for a long time, something just happens and everything comes to the surface, and you have all these kind of issues now that you have to deal with. Like, look at the hands here, full of everything that needed to be dealt with, and now it's a time to like bring calm and peace back. So it feels like I feel a big pressure of like, what did I say? A big energy of pressure building, somebody who's trying to push something down, trying to be positive, trying to restart their life, but then it cannot actually happen like that. Five of Swords. I think your person has a sense that they want things to be the way they want it to be. Okay, so that could have been something that was an issue in your connection with this demanding card. And then we have discovering happiness. I think it's like at this point, maybe this is where they are now, this point, or it's coming, your person's, it's like everything is going to slow down. A sudden kind of understanding is going to settle, and then it's like, okay, now the work can begin. Now an acknowledgement can begin. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna draw some advice for you as well. Okay, it feels like the advice here for you, we have the Chariot, Four of Swords, Seven of Wands. Okay, so definitely here, there is a sense that whatever it is that you wanted to do, your person's on their own journey, right? They're definitely on their own track, and whatever it is that you wanted to do, needed to do, highlight that, foreground that in your life. There's something about things are moving ahead, but you're gonna need, I think, a lot of maybe space to deal with what happened with this person. Four of Swords here. I think you're being asked to take active, take it seriously, your downtime. So like if you're spending a lot of time like worrying about what's happening in your connection, or like researching and all of that, maybe it's time to give yourself a little bit of a break from that, and to try to find ways to protect yourself with this Seven of Wands here. Because what you really want to do is, your person, as you can see, is going through a lot, right? And it's like they have to hit a pinnacle and then come down, and then start to like maybe just settle into a more calm energy, more, I want to say self-loving energy, one where they are discovering simple joy, outside of all of this like complex social soothing of them, or coping, or numbing, whatever it is. And you're gonna need to be ready, and a lot of that means that you're going to need to focus on your healing, give yourself space, and even more than healing, it's more like give yourself time to come to a kind of calm, regulated space for yourself. Anything that you've wanted to take action on, now is the time. It's time to focus on yourself. Make sure though that at the center of your reading is this Four of Swords, so healing, rest is going to be important. And it feels like you're going to be in that space when this person gets to this point of settling. You'll be there as well, and maybe that's the point at which things can move. Eight of Wands. We do have a Six of Swords here and a Queen of Swords. I'm just drawing more cards. So it's talking about motion, moving forward. So if for you moving forward makes sense more as leaving this connection behind because it was unhealthy for you, then that's what you're gonna need to do. Queen of Swords. Be clear, sure, and move that forward. Alright, so this is your reading. If you feel like this was for you and you enjoyed it, I hope to see you back here again, but do let me know if it resonated. And take care. Wishing all the best.